What's going on? What's going on, everyone? How is everyone doing out there? I know a lot of people been asking me, about my recovery, about, how I'm doing. So I'm here to give you guys a little update as to, what's going on with me. And we go talk about a little bit about the contract. I'm gonna show you guys, I like to be transparent. I like to be 100% real about what's going on. And I'm going to show you guys, if you got a weak stomach, this ain't the video for you to watch. I'm going to show you guys exactly what's going on, with my recovery. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but I'm going to spend a little bit of time because a lot of people go, Tramel, what's going on? How you doing? And, I want to thank the people who reach out to me all the time to ask how I'm doing. I like to thank the people for their prayers. The phone calls, the visits, all that stuff, right? I see y'all what's going on. I definitely see y'all. So what's going on with my recovery? As you guys know, my leg was severely broken. I needed 2 surgeries. I still cannot walk. I don't know when I'm going to be able to walk. I'm getting around with a walker, crutches, wheelchair, depending on, what's really going on with me. I want to show you guys the x-rays of what was going on inside my leg. Before, the last time y'all see me, I had something called an X fixator on my leg. It was like scaffolding outside my leg. The worst thing ever. The pain, excruciating. I'm still in a ton of pain, and this thing is not even on my leg. So with the second surgery that I had, everything that was on the outside of my leg went on the inside of my leg, right? If that make any sense to you guys. So I want to show you guys the x-rays. Let me show you guys the x-rays. I don't know how I did that. Let me show you guys the x-rays real quick. So I don't know if you guys can see what that looks like, but you see the rod going down my leg. You see the screws. It's so long that it couldn't even fit on the computer screen, everything. You know what I'm saying? So this is a very, very serious traumatic injury that I had. The recovery is going to be very, 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 very long, and it's not no cheating it. It's not no, is there a fast way to get through it? It's none of that. You got to take this one day at a time. The on crazy medicine, crazy pain medication, narcotics. It's just insane right now. The level of pain, that I'm going through in this recovery process. I never experienced nothing like this before. It's hard, but it is what it is for now, right? But yeah, it was a severe traumatic injury. It's not a joke. I may not gain full function of my leg again, but, we'll see. It's going to be a long recovery. So everybody asking how I'm doing, you've seen it for yourself. You've seen the x-rays. Long road ahead, still can't walk. Hopefully things will get better. Now, let's talk about this contract. Right? Let's talk about this contract. Did you guys, right now I'm getting my system reset back up. I'm gonna start back going live again. Did you guys see these contract demands? Did you guys see those contract demands? It's probably like a little blurry on the screen, but I want to run this down to you guys. I want to run everything down. Javon, what's up, my brother? I want to run everything down to you guys. And these are from the union. This is Richie Davis administration, main table, economic demands. Let me tell you guys something. We are in some serious trouble. We are in some serious trouble. I'm sorry, if I look very sleepy, to be honest, I have not gotten more than 3 hours of sleep a day since I've been in this situation. It's hard to sleep. Can't find a comfortable position. The pain. So if I look very sleepy, I apologize. We're going through a lot right now. So the main table demands, they was released yesterday. And, you know, to the naked eye, to the people who don't know politics, who never negotiated nothing a day in their life, who never picked up a book about negotiations and knowing how it work, this was not some good demands, right? So first of all, the union met with the MTA on Monday. And, you know, the MTA is on one side, the union is on another side. And it's supposed to be an exchange of demands, right? Now, the only people who gave up their demands was the union. Why would you let the MTA see our demands without us seeing what they want from us? Why are we allowing them to set the bar off of what we want, right? Would you play poker or blackjack and show the house your cards and then make your bet? Would you do that? Would you play dominoes and you playing for money? There's something really at wage here, and you would show your opponents your cards. Would you play pity pat and show your opponents your cards? Why would the union give the MTA our demands without us getting what they want from us at the same time? Right? Why would they do that? That was backwards from the beginning, right? Now, when you go down the main table economic demands that the union released the other day, right? I'm going to go through them one by one, and I'm going to give you guys my opinion, right? Now, the first one, they put a substantial wage increases in each year of the agreement. What the hell does substantial mean, right? Why didn't they put a number on it? Why didn't they say 15% a year? What does substantial mean? The last time they used that word substantial, it was for the 2017-2019 contract when they said we got substantial raise increases for longevity pay. And when you look at those numbers, you know that they are peanuts. So what is the union definition of substantial, right? Is substantial 3%? Is substantial 3.5%? What is it, right? Now, the second thing that they have on the list is hazard pay. First of all, hazard pay being a part of our contractual negotiations is a concession within itself. Drummond said it, right? Why is it a concession within itself? Because back when COVID was happening and they needed us to come to work to move the city, putting your life at risk, putting your family life at risk, nobody lost more workers in any one agency than New York City Transit. The union is not saying that. And they're not saying that because they are at fault for having us work in an unsafe environment. We had close to 200 people pass and thousands sick. This is a fact, right? When that was going on, what did the union do? They got on a Zoom with Chuck Schumer. Chuck Schumer said, you know, hazard pay is not going to be in this transportation bill. It's going to be in the next transportation bill. The next big transportation bill came, and guess what happened? We didn't get hazard pay. So how did hazard pay go from a legislative federal thing into our contract? How did that happen? Right? Why isn't the union calling out Chuck Schumer and telling Chuck Schumer, hey, you said that this was going to happen and this didn't happen? Right? So hazard pay, being a part of a contractual negotiations, is a concession because it was never supposed to have been a part of our negotiations. Now, this third one they put, I want you guys to see it for yourself. This third one they put, and I'm looking at my other phone. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it says increase in contributions in dental optical. Who's the increase for? Is the increase for them or is the increase for us? You know, that lost me right there. They got easy pass for all members. I agree with that 1,000%. Next one they got is ensure all, especially women's facilities at every work location are properly maintained. I agree with that. I don't think that why do we have to negotiate women's issues and women's rights? Why is that a negotiation tactic? Right? That should go without saying, because when you go to 2 Broadway, the women at 2 Broadway don't have the same issues as the women in the field. The women at 130 Livingston don't have the same issues as the women in the field. The women at 180 Livingston do not have the same issue as the women in the field. Why having women's facilities properly maintain a contractual issue? This is when you have incompetent men running the show, right? Let's see. Penalty for withholding pay with arbitrator awards back pay and interest on all retroactive pay not remitted within 30 days of ratification. I disagree with that, right? It shouldn't be within 30 days. It should be within 2 weeks. We get paid every 2 weeks. The pay should be right on that next paycheck. No questions asked. And then there should be a penalty, not 30 days. Reduce wage progression. Now, this same administration, no matter if it's John Samuelson, Tony Utano, or Richie Davis, they are all staying united, right? They are all staying united. They are the ones who agreed to the 5-year wage progression, right? They agreed to that. Now they want to roll it back. Maintainers, the next one is maintainers pay increase. Now, this is where departments like stations, RTO, think MOW, when they talk about maintainers pay increase, they talking about buses. And when you look at Richie Davis, he's from buses. So he's going to make sure that buses is good, no matter what the situation is, right? Maintainers is like the block vote in transit and local 100. They like the block vote. So they always going to do something for maintainers and basically say, screw everyone else. Screw the operators, screw the station agents, screw the cleaners, screw the track workers, screw the structure, screw the signals, whatever. They go say, screw them. They think about the maintainers pay increase. And Richie Davis is actually being controlled by maintainers. We'll get into that on another video, right? No increase in medical contribution. I agree with that. And let me tell you this. I'm gonna say I'm agree with that in part, right? Because when Roger Toussaint gave the MTA control of our medical benefits, part of that deal was for the MTA to maintain the same level of benefits. Every contract, and even in between contracts, our level of benefits decrease, right? So the MTA is getting away with murder because they are not maintaining our same level of health benefits. And we lost a lot up under Stand United, which once again is John Samuelson, Tony Utano, and Richie Davis, right? They all part of that same administration. We have lost a lot, right? So instead of being no increase in medical contribution, which I agree with, how about we regain a lot of what we lost with the medical contribution, right? Increase death in family to 5 days. I agree with that. Include more family members that qualify for death and family. I agree with that. Create MTA funded annuity, MTA match 40157, 457. I agree with that. For those who don't know, police officers, correction officers, they get annuity, right? And their annuity equal to about 12 to 15,000, somewhere around there a year. And that's on top of their pension when they retire. So I agree with an annuity, MTA funded annuity, 1,000%. I have brought that up maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. I'm glad to see that on this. Increased night differential. This is another smoke screen by Richie Davis. What does increased night differential mean? The last time they said that, they increased night differential by 5 cents. Yes, 5 cents. Now think about that. Night differential is supposed to be 10% of your hourly salary. We don't get that for night differential. So why didn't Richie Davis put the number on there and say we want 10% of our hourly salary like other agencies? Why didn't he do that? Why didn't he do that? Increase night differential. You know why they not putting no numbers on none of the money? Because they want to look like victors at the end of the day. They don't want to say 8% and we get 5 and they look like they lost. But if they say substantial increase and it goes to 3.5, they're going to be like, well, we was getting 2.5. Now 3.5 is substantial because it cost the MTA 30 million a percentage, and all the members be like, all this BS. That's why they don't put no numbers on anything regarding money. You will only see numbers on things that really don't involve cash money, right? Even though all this stuff involved cash money, but we talking about wages, we talking about night differential, they would never put no money on it. This is the sleight of hand trick, the smoke screens that they pull on the members, right? I said include more family members that qualify for death and family. All right, yeah, increase night differential. If they get us 10 cent increased night differential, it's still not enough. It's still not 10% of our hourly salary, right? Increase AVA OTO allotments. Once again, under this same administration, they was the ones who got a decrease. Now they asking for it back. Like, this is mind-boggling to me. Maintain and improve sick leave cash out program. Okay, that's cool. Increase MTA bus pension. I'm all for that. Provide lifetime coverage for family dependents of COVID victims. I agree with that. Retirees Medicare Part B paid in full. I agree with that. Retiree bus passes for all OA, TA, MTA bus retirees. I have no idea why this is a part of contract demands. This actually costs the MTA nothing. And this administration is so lost when it comes to negotiation. They will actually give up something for something that's going to cost the MTA nothing. The MTA should do this automatically, right? It costs them absolutely nothing. The next one, add COVID Remembrance Day as a holiday. Okay, I like that. Increase maternity, paternity leave to 6 months. I'm going to be honest. As a man, I don't care if women get 6 months and we only get 2 months. But we live in this weird world where a man would complain and say, hey, the woman gets 6 months and we only get 2 months. That's not fair. I believe in certain situations, a man should be allowed at the same thing as women. Like right now, we have a surge of women dying giving birth, and it's leaving the man the responsibility to take care of the baby by himself. I think in situations like that, it should be fair, but we got to take care of our women. A lot of women don't expand their families because of the situations we have going on here in transit. Like, they expect you back to work after 2 weeks, right? When it take you 6 weeks for natural birth, at least 8 weeks for C-section. And then you need time to bond with the baby and things like that. The MTA do not care. And in the interim of women giving birth, and after the 2 weeks is up, they got to use up sick time. They got to use up vacation time. And then when it's time for promotions, guess what? Women are negatively affected by them just wanting to expand their family. Now, the sleight of hand that the MTA been doing the past couple of years is that they've been promoting a lot of women because they want to fight back against that narrative that, oh, we don't discriminate against women, but they actually do discriminate against women by just how the the maternity leave is for women. It's an actual discrimination and it needs to be stopped. And by them promoting a lot of women to I ain't gonna say supervisory titles, but to managerial titles to try to mask this, they're not going to be able to mask it for too long. I said this before in the MTA board meeting. The MTA act like women fell out of the sky yesterday and they don't know what to do with them. And that includes the union also. Like I said, for the union to ensure all, especially women's facilities at every work location are properly maintained. Why is this a contractual demand? It makes no sense to me. It should be a morality thing. It should be an equality thing in the workplace. For them to even put that on there shows that they really don't have respect for women, because what if the MTA don't agree to it? What if they say, oh no, we're not going to do this? Or maybe the MTA already agreed to it and the MTA go act like they fought and the union is going to act like they fought and they won for what they won it, right? Whatever it is, it don't belong there, right? It's smoke screens, a sleight of hand, it's 3-card Monty. This is what they are all good at. Where I'm up to. Implement lifetime spousal medical benefit. I agree with that. And just to put things in perspective, do you guys know that the spouse, significant other, your counterpart in Metro North, do you know that they get free Metro cars to ride the Metro North? So I think the MTA should be able to do something for us when it comes to spousal medical benefit. And even when, for the MTA for the union to put retiree bus passes for all OATA, MTA bus retirees, I don't understand why we don't have that. Once again, when Metro North, their significant others, meaning the person that they boyfriend and girlfriend with, get passes. Why can't our retirees get passes? It makes absolutely no sense. Let me see the next one. Contractual provisions for assaults, 2 years on payroll, 4 years to reinstate. I disagree with that. It should be 4 years payroll, 4 years reinstate. We are not punching bags. We do not come to work to get beat up. I just seen a news headline that someone shot at MTA employees today on a bus or something like that. We do not come to work for that, right? We come here to serve the public. We do not come to work to be shot at, stabbed, smacked, talked rude upon, anything like that. The union has normalized these situations along with the MTA. And it should be 4 years. Should be 4 years. Payroll and reinstate. Bottom line. Provide for autism care and medical benefits. I agree with that 100%. Before I came to transit, I worked in a District 75 school. So I see the challenges that, many parents have dealing with autistic kids. So, that makes 100% sense. And I I didn't even know that autism care wasn't included in the medical benefits. That's beyond wild to me. Increase contributions to training, upgrading fund and child care fund. This is something that the MTA should do regardless. Training and upgrading, you should want people to move up to better and higher positions to better themselves. If nobody move off the bottom, then it's hard to recycle people. It's hard to get better managers. It's hard to get better employees. So this is something that they should want to do. As far as the child care fund, they should definitely add more money to that. It's sad that you only could get one child involved now or something like that. That's beyond crazy to me. So something definitely needs to be done with that. Quarterly meetings with MTA Workers' Compensation Department. This is how weak our union is. They asking for quarterly meetings with the workers' compensation department. Why? Every time I go into the news, every time I look with Richie Davy or what's his name, Jan Oliba, any one of those guys, they refer to the union as being their partners, right? As being their partners. Why do your partners have to put in a contract to meet with your workers' compensation department who force members back to work prematurely, who postpone members' surgeries and delay them getting the proper treatment that they deserve, right? Who financially force people back to work, force them back to work injured, not really ready to come back, but they got to say that they ready to come back because that bill got to be paid. That mortgage, that rent got to be paid. They child school got to be paid. They got to put food on their table. Why we have to choose between being injured and recovering safely and providing for our families, right? Why didn't the union file a lawsuit against the MTA against this for this practice? This is all a smokescreen. This is a smokescreen. So you trying to tell me that Tony Utano, John Samuelson, or Richie Davis can't walk into the workers' compensation department as presidents and request a meeting with the boss of workers' compensation to figure all this stuff out? Are you telling me that they are that weak and the MTA don't respect them that much that they have to put it in the contract? And guess what's going to happen? I promise you this. I want you guys to bookmark this. When the contract comes, the union and the MTA is going to set up a committee for workers' compensation that's never going to be put together, that's never going to be fought diligently for the members and put us right. I don't understand why the union did not sue the MTA regarding workers' compensation or they practice, or why they aren't lobbying in Albany. What's up with all these people they give comp money to? Why aren't you lobbying any of the state assembly people to change the workers' comp laws with that when it comes to the MTA and how they abuse it? Why aren't they doing that? Right? Now, I want to show you guys this one more time. One more time. You probably can't see it clearly. Probably can't see it clearly. But nowhere on this list, I want to make it clear. I want to make it clear on this list. Nowhere on this list do you see anything about COLA. Right? Now, for those who don't know, what is COLA? COLA stands for cost of living adjustment. Right? Now, we lost that in the 80s sometime. Right? Now, the way COLA works, right? To give a specific example, you see how the pandemic happened, inflation went through the roof, right? Inflation went through the roof. And our raises don't actually keep up with inflation, right? Because to be fair, you couldn't predict in 2019 what was going to happen in 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2023. You just could not predict that, right? That's just something that you couldn't predict. And if we had COLA would have, what they call that, would have supplemented what we lost due to inflation, right? So COLA is very important. Now I'm gonna give you guys an example. The what's that? The Social Security COLA for 2023 is 8.7% more because of inflation, right? 8.7%. So if Social Security, I'm gonna go put this in perspective on what I think that we should get percentage wise for the contract. If the Social Security Administration, something that they're trying to get rid of, right, is saying that for 2023, they are raising their COLA, cost of living adjustment, right? Because it's not fixed. It all depends with what inflation looks like and all that other stuff. If they are saying that it's 8.7%, right, then that's what our raises should be a year. Anything less than 8.7% starting for 2023 is a loss. Now, let me see if I could find something on that Social Security. Let me type something up in my phone real quick. I want to show you guys something. Social Security COLA. Let me see. Because I know it's 8.7%. Oh, look, here it go right here, guys. Here it go right here. Social Security benefits and supplemental Social Security income payments will increase by 8.7% in 2023. This is the annual cost of living adjustment COLA required by law. See what I mean? The proof is right there. The proof is right there. So realistically, we should not be getting nothing less than 8.7% for 2023. Right? Why the union do not have COLA up there as a contract demand is insane. It's insane. Right? Now, our contract affects not only us, it affects the SSSA, it affects Staten Island, right? It affects ATU and Queens. Whatever we agree to, everyone else is going to agree to it. Freddie, what's going on, my brother? Whatever. Oh, what's up, Noah? My guy. Whatever we agree to, it's a domino effect with everyone else, right? And we are in trouble. We are in trouble. I said like 5-6 years ago that this job is going to be for college students soon. And I was right in part and I was wrong in part, because the millennials, the Generation X's, Z's, or whatever that's coming here now, they come into the job and they not taking the stuff that the baby boomers on the job is taking. They like, yo, F this job. I'm out of here. I'm booking off. They not making me, sending me to the Bronx one day, then Coney Island the next day. They ain't having it. They ain't having it. You know what I'm saying? So we are in trouble. Now, I've been seeing the argument come up of a lot of people say that they want to stop paying union dues. I can't blame them, right? I can't blame, how people feel about not paying union dues, because it's simple business. It's simple economics, right? You're not going to want to pay into something that you feel that is not servicing you, right? A lot of people think that the union is only there for disciplinary purposes. There's other parts of a union. You have all these events, all these party and BS events that they have, that you could join if you want to go to be a part of. They have training and an upgrade fund. They have childcare fund. They have all that other stuff. But when it comes to the business of the union, sometimes, what unions was built on, the reason why unions existed makes sense, right? But I'm going to be very honest. In Local 100, I could see why people feel that they don't need a union. I could see it, right? We all know the importance of a union, but I think that we lost that importance of what a union really is up under this Stand United administration. We don't know what true unionism is up under this administration, because according to them, true unionism is going along to get along. True unionism is do as I say and don't question anything. In today's eyes, right? Because I was speaking with a member and they was like, look, I don't get in trouble And if I do get in trouble, I could defend myself. I don't use the training and upgrading fund. I'm too old to have kids. I don't go to none of their events. Why should I pay into the union? And I thought, and I just had to say, well, I hope that one day the union would get better. And we need people not to opt out of the union. We need the money. But it's a hard argument. It's a hard argument. Like, how can I convince members not to opt out if they brought up all those points to me? And it's not like they doing a great job. It's not like this administration is probably the worst administration we had up under Richie Davis. Richie Davis don't have a clue as to what's going on. Right? Richie Davis don't have a clue as to what's going on. And I want to go back to my x-ray real quick, right? Because I want to go back to my x-ray real quick. So for those who don't know, this is what my leg looked like right now. I got a long rod. I got a whole bunch of screws. That rod goes all the way down. My leg, you can't even really see everything. This is what my leg looked like right now, right? So when my incident happened, Richie Davis wasted no time to go to the media and said, oh, Trammell did this and he was restrained. And Richie Davis, let me ask you this. Is this what restraining looks like? Is this what restraining looks like? See, you as the union president, you got to learn how to get out of your feelings and get out of your emotions, right? You got to learn how to get out of that, right? That's not what restraining look like, my man, right? And you supposed to be the president. You supposed to represent all members. That day you chose a side. That day you put your foot in your mouth because you were emotional. Carl Thomas emotional, right? I still didn't speak to the media after being hit by all of them because I don't let my emotions rule me. I know how to play this, right? But you emotional. And if that's what restraining look like to you, you have no clue on how this world work. You don't know what you're doing. And those words going to come back to haunt you big time. If that's what you call restraining, those words go come back to haunt you. Because when things get to court, you have to explain why you chose a side. You know, but this is what happened when you let your emotions get the best of you. Right? But listen, I need you guys to do me a favor. So right now, of course, I'm not at work. The MTA is not paying me. They deny my comp, everything. I have a GoFundMe posted to the top of this video. I need you guys to click on the link and donate to the GoFundMe. Please donate to the GoFundMe. I definitely need all the donations. I need you guys' help. I've helped hundreds, thousands of people throughout the years when it came to transit. I need you guys' help. I will be back to making regular videos as soon as I calm down off of this medication. I actually had to not take any narcotics today because I'll be all spaced out and not thinking clearly. But when I'm able to feel better about myself, I'm still in hell of a pain. Still can't walk. There's no timeline on when I will be able to walk. This summer is a wrap for me. And it's a long road. It's a long road to recovery. Like I said, I never experienced anything like this. There's no cheat code to it. There's no, I could do this to expedite the process. Absolutely not. I got to take this one day at a time. I still can't bend my leg. I cannot put any weight on my leg. Can't do nothing. And then when I'm able to put weight on my leg, I still got to learn how to walk, which is very frustrating. But, you know, it is what it is. I need you guys, once again, donate to the GoFundMe. It's in the description of this video. I love you guys. Keep God first. Stay God-fearing. And everything will work out for you. I appreciate all the love, all the support, all the prayers, all the messages. Keep them coming. I appreciate the donations. I appreciate everything. I'll catch you guys later. I hope this video was informative to you guys. When I get more clarity on what the contract looking like, I will drop another video. And it is what it is. Keep me in your prayers. Peace.